together as one. It's Margaret Wallace-Duffy, and I'm alongside my two co-hosts, Mr. Todd Miller and Claire Gavin. How are you guys?
Amazing.
Okay, so I got to tell you, the excitement is palpable because with great pride, owning a business in Brampton for almost 30 years, sitting in my living room a few weeks back, tuning into a show that I love to watch, America's Got Talent, lo and behold, this beautiful young girl comes to the stage, opens her mouth, my jaw drops along with Simon Cowell and the rest of them. She sang Shallow by Lady Gaga and she brought the house down. My phone blew up because she's from Brampton. This young girl, Roberta Battaglia, sang like an angel, and guess what? She is our guest on our show today. Welcome, Roberta.
Hi, how are you?
I am so good and so excited, and we want to say congratulations. I'm sure there have been millions of people doing that, and you've been overwhelmed, but I have to tell you, it was such a joy to watch you and to see the pure emotion on your face when you stood on that stage. So we've got to dive in and find out, how do you go from being a 10-year-old girl to America's Got Talent? Tell us a little bit about yourself and where your love for music came from.
Well, the love of music came from my dad. I mean, when I was very, very little, I always used to pick up the microphone and go, sing little songs. And then one night I was at a banquet hall and I asked my dad if I could sing because he still is a musician and was singing that night. So I wanted to sing. And he said yes. So, I just started singing from then on, and I started learning more songs. And now here I am on AGT.
How old were you when you were singing with your daddy? Like when you stood on that first stage, how old were you?
Well, I was about 3.5.
Really?
Wow.
Well, you're clearly an old soul. You have a gift without question. You can feel the passion and the confidence in you. And I know off air, I was chatting with your beautiful mom, who's proud, of course. And she just said that you were always this confident young girl. And yet you also have been bullied. And what has it been like for you to go from being bullied to the biggest stage ever on America's Got Talent?
Well, really, I mean, it doesn't have an effect because, I'm really doing stuff on Google Classroom now, so I'm not seeing people, or doing any contact or physical contact with anybody. So, but yeah, they have reached out to me. So, I do find it a little bit different. So, even though we don't see each other on Google Classroom, I have received some comments also from the bullies. So, yeah.
Really, really. So tell us how how did you reach out? What's the process like to get on America's Got Talent? You told your mom as a little girl when you were 4 years old, I'm going to be on that show, and look at you did it. But how?
Well, I find it, I mean, I still can't believe it. I mean, they called me, and I mean, usually it's you that you sign up to audition but they called me. So I felt so amazed when this happened. And basically the process is, they call you or you call them, and you just give them a little sample of how you sing, what you do, and then song selection, outfit selection, and then boom, you're at Pasadena Civic Auditorium in Los Angeles. But, yeah, it's an amazing,
just like that.
And it's just I'm so grateful for it.
Oh my goodness. So you taped the show, you were saying off air, in early March, so just before COVID hit. Can you tell us the day of, what did it feel like? I mean, I have to tell all of our listeners, you are 10 years old, and you have so much poise. What did it feel like? I'm sure it comes from the grounding of your family, without question. You're an only child, which is a love of mine because I am too. And so what did it feel like when you were in Pasadena, California, and about to step onto that stage. What was going through your head?
Well, I felt like I was, you know, in a dream. I mean, I kept on like going like this, like, wake up, Roberta. It's like I couldn't believe it because, you know, as I said, America's Got Talent was always my dream, one of my biggest dreams. And you know, I'm just so lucky to have that opportunity and that dream come true. So it felt so amazing to, you know, breathe in the Los Angeles air and, you know, be in that wonderful auditorium with all four of the judges and that amazing, you know, audience.
Oh my goodness. And so how did you choose the song? I mean, it's one of my favorites, but I almost fell over when you opened your mouth and started singing. If I had turned my head, I thought it was Lady Gaga. Like, it was unbelievable. How did you choose that song?
Well, I chose that song because I saw the movie and the movie was amazing. So, you know, I was listening to the song and I said, you know what, I just have to learn it. I mean, I couldn't help it. I love the song so much that, you know, I put it on one of my selections for AGT. So yeah,
Unbelievable.
it's a very special song. I mean, Lady Gaga is one of my idols, like biggest idols as well. And yeah, I mean, I just adore that song.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm pretty sure Lady Gaga at some point is going to be reaching out to Roberta, because let me tell you, you did her song justice. Todd, before we go to commercial, Roberta's talked about her father. You're a musician, and I know you've sang with your daughter. What does this make you feel like?
It's incredible. It's such a great feeling to share that musical talent in a family. I started with my daughter when she was probably 1. She would just start trying to play my guitar, and then she would start singing. And then I realized, oh my goodness, she's got a great ear. So I encouraged that. And I mean, the only question I have now, Roberta, is does your dad want to be in your band, or is he going to?
Well,
He's gonna be the manager.
Does your dad want to be in your band, or what? How does Dad think of all of this? What does he think of all of this?
Well, I don't have a band, but you know, we still together. Unfortunately, we can't do so with COVID-19. But you know, in this, he's been very like, you know, amazed, and he's been over the moon proud, and you know, you could tell by his face. I mean, even on the video chat, it was like, you got the project. Very excited, and you know, I guess all of my family and all my friends, extended family are, you know, excited for me, and I feel so excited to go to the live show. So stay tuned.
Absolutely. So that's a perfect time to take a break. We're going to be back after the break to talk about what's next with Roberta and really dive a little bit more into what it's like to be 10 years old and on one of the biggest stages ever. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Better Together as One. I'm Todd Miller, and our terrific guest today, Roberta Battaglia. And so, Roberta, as a musician, you know, we always want to keep moving forward and writing great songs and giving great performances. But I have a question. I've never been to that theater. I've only seen it on TV, and it looks massive. Can you tell me how many people were in that room watching you do that first performance?
There was about 3,000 people.
That
Wow.
to me is, I've done hundreds, but I've never crossed that 1,000 barrier. That must be, were you excited? I mean, I'm sure you were excited, but were you a little bit scared that maybe, you know, you might not come through?
I wasn't scared. I mean, a lot of people are asking me this question, and you know, I just keep on saying, you know, I wasn't nervous because I've never been nervous, and I've always had that confidence. If I go out on the stage, you know, I just do my best, and I have fun out there, and that's the mentality that I have. I don't get pretty nervous. So yeah.
Oh, you know, having fun, and we talk about that here on Better Together as One often, is the importance of passion and purpose, and clearly you have both. Tell us what it's going to be like now. You're finishing up schooling, I would imagine. What does the summer hold, and when, you know, what's the next steps in the AGT process?
Well, the next steps for me are the live shows because I got the golden buzzer.
Oh, the golden buzzer. Unbelievable.
And now it's just, the same process, basically. Song selection and and then you just go on that stage and give it your all.
So are you practicing at home? You have trained, do you have a voice coach?
Well, right now I'm not taking any lessons anymore. But, my dad, he's always, teaching me some techniques. And, I just practice every single day, basically. And, just to keep my voice to that level.
Your parents must be not just so proud, but how lucky are they to be able to be listening to you practicing at home? That's got to be an amazing thing to have in your household. So when are the live shows? When do you expect to be actually starting again with America's Got Talent?
Well, we really don't know. I mean, usually it's like the end of summer, but we don't know yet. But just stay tuned and more to come, everybody.
You bet. So can you tell us a little bit, let's find out a little bit more about who you are as a kid. We know you love music. We know you have tremendous confidence. What else do you like to do in your spare time? Tell us everybody what you love doing.
Well, I also love playing the piano, and I like playing with my little dog Happy, who's very, very active, and he's half Maltese, half Yorkie. He's right over here.
Oh, can we see him? Can we see him?
Yes, Mom's just getting him right now.
I would love to see him.
Yeah,
Does he really? And I'm sure you love him. Look. You love him unconditionally, and he has no idea how much of a big deal you are now.
Yeah.
How cute he is.
Happy's a famous dog now.
He is a famous dog, indeed.
Yeah. That's so cute. I know Simon Cowell loved the name of your dog, Roberta. Wasn't that sweet?
Yeah.
How was it meeting the judges? I saw Sofia. She came up on the stage and she gave you a big hug. Did you get a chance after that to speak with them, or did they come and congratulate you? I mean, we don't see the behind the scenes. So what was that like for you?
Yes, I mean, all 4 judges came up, actually.
Yeah.
They didn't show that, but yes, after we did have a brief chat, and it was so much fun meeting all 4 of them, especially Terry Crews. And it was just an amazing experience, especially getting the golden buzzer.
Oh, the golden buzzer. So when you finished the song, and before she hit that buzzer, what was going through your head? I mean, you must have known that you knocked it out of the park. The place went crazy. Is it a bit of a blur, Roberta, or were you locked in that moment?
I mean, sometimes I still can't remember what happened because it was all like a dream, and I can't even imagine this happening. I mean, I wouldn't have never thought that all this would happen in just like a snap. But after as soon as I finished the song, I was just hoping, that I would sang good, and that the judges would have had positive remarks, and they did. So I'm happy.
I bet you are. Unbelievable. Well, I will say that, the world is falling in love with you, and certainly.
Oh, look at you, got your little thing there.
Here's a little.
I was just going to say, is that your golden buzzer? Let us.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We need to take a picture of that.
And where is that being placed? Has it special place in your home?
Yes, it does. Right on top of my piano.
Oh my goodness. That is fantastic. So we're going to take a break here in a minute. We're going to be back just to finish up with Roberta and talk a little bit more about just what it's like to be 10 and a budding superstar. I got to tell you, so proud to be from Brampton and to be able to celebrate this incredible young woman. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here at Better Together as One.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Better Together as One. We have the lovely Roberta B from America's Got Talent. So, Roberta, we've been really lucky to have you on our show and sort of walked through the journey and all of this for you. So being 10 and sort of manifesting this massive dream for yourself, I think is incredible. As a mom of 2 daughters, they're a little bit older. You know, we talk about that as well, sort of setting your sights for really what you want in life. And, you know, I think the fact that you're 10 and you landed on an amazing stage at such a young age is incredible. But what would you tell the younger generation that have big dreams like you? You know, what would you tell them maybe if they're uncertain?
Well, always follow your dreams and never let anybody stop your dreams, because I believe that anybody can achieve their dreams as long as they really put their mind to it, and hard work is all you need.
Mm-hmm. And have you always been like that? Like, have you always just sort of thought, if I put my mind to something, I can accomplish that? Or is that something that your parents have always instilled in you, or has it come to you naturally?
Well, I mean, I see it as coming to me naturally, but I also see it with my parents as well. I mean, they're always looking on the positive side, and I'm very lucky to have parents like them, because they're just so amazing. And yeah, I mean, ever since I've been ever since I was very little, I was always very determined and to do what I love, So yeah, I was always very determined.
Love it.
So I'd like to know what is next. So if Roberta Battaglia looks into the future and maybe 10 years, where do you want to be? Do you want to be sharing a stage with Lady Gaga? Do you want to have written a song with her? What are some of the other artists that you truly admire? And if we're thinking big, you'd love to work with and share a stage with?
Well, I would love to share a stage with so many artists. I mean, Lady Gaga is one of them. Pink is another one, and some of my favorite singers are Pink, Lady Gaga, Whitney Houston, and Aretha Franklin's, and so many more. I mean, I adore so many singers.
And so what are your dreams? What are you looking to do? Are you a songwriter right now? We shouldn't assume that you just sing others' songs. Are you a songwriter?
Well, I write some stuff, but I mean, I think they sound like awful. But yeah, I do try, and maybe in the future I hope to become a good singer or songwriter. And yeah, I mean, my dreams are to one day be perform on the halftime Super Bowl, and that would be one of my biggest dreams as well. So,
well, I got to tell you, you heard it here on Better Together as One, because this young amazing woman sets her sights on things and then does it. So we will come back when you've been on the Super Bowl stage, and we will celebrate the fact that you manifested it right here on Better Together as One. I just love the way you dream big. Roberta, I'm sure at 10 you don't, it's not your job to think about the inspiration that you're giving to others. But as Claire was saying, as a mother, I'm a mother of a daughter as well, and a son, and although older, this show is about empowering and inspiring people at every age and stage of life. And whether you're old like us or you're a young girl, you are inspiring people because you're just following your passion and your purpose. But one of the things that you said that I think is so important to reiterate, you said you got to do the hard work. Mm-hmm. And I can you just speak to that as a 10-year-old when you're going to school and you have friends and now you've been on the biggest stage? What does that mean when it's hard work? What does your day look like? What do you have to do to reach these goals and these big dreams like the Super Bowl, which I have no doubt you're going to do?
Well, really, I mean, music, I've always loved it since I was very little. I mean, since I was a baby. But I really, when I'm like working hard in music, I don't find it as a problem or as a hard like working strategy there, because I love doing music. So for me, I mean, the more the better. Actually, like the more the merrier. And I also love going to school. So for me, my day is pretty, it's pretty legit.
Are you singing every day, Roberta? Like every day, I guess you would have to practice, right? Your songs, pretty much.
Yeah, especially now that I'm going to a lot of shows, I need a lot of hard work and dedication.
Amazing. Yeah. Wow, it's discipline, right? Incredible.
It is. Well, I know how crazy your schedule has been. I can't thank you enough, and we are honored to be able to share your story on our platform. We wish the best for you. We want to thank you for inspiring us and so many. And also, I'm going to put a shout out, making Brampton so darn proud. We cannot wait to see what your future holds, and we hope that one day you'll come back and share with us. But you know that we are all your cheerleaders, and we just want to thank you for coming on and spending some time with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I hope to come. This was very, very nice. Thank you so much. And a shout out to everybody from Brampton, from Toronto, and from Canada.
Yay!
Yay! You betcha. And know this, my dear, that when you're on those live shows, we are tuning in, and we will be celebrating and cheering you on and doing all that we can to elevate you, because that's what it's about here at Better Together as One. We educate, empower, and inspire everyone to live well and to live their best life. And you, my friend, are doing exactly that. Take care, stay well, and on behalf of the Better Together as One team and your TV, these are the incredible guests that we are getting. We feel blessed and honored, and we cannot wait to share it with all of you. Until next time, be well.